State, adopt Dhyana Mudra. Focus on your breathing. Breathe in. Ah. 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 Please join your palms. योगेन चित्तस्य पदेन वाचा मलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन योपाकरोतं प्रवरं मुनीनां पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि आबाहुपुरुषाकारं शङ्खचक्रासिधारिणं सहस्रशिरसं श्वेतं प्रणमामि पतञ्जलिं. हरि ओम. Let us wait for Parul, I think, or else.
And Parul just called me. She dropped her nephew, so she's joining in 2 minutes.
Okay. Okay, yeah, she's there. Nervous system, major controlling system, and it is organized network of billions of specialized cells called neurons. So we are now aware about, we are familiar about lots of many organs of nervous system, including brain, spinal cord, and neurotransmitters. Like just yesterday we had discussed about dopamine and adrenaline, everything. So now we are going to study in detail about this nervous system, which is major organized or controlling system of our body. There are four main functions of nervous system. Before starting step by step understanding, first we need to know about four major functions of nervous system. First is sensation. Sensation, uh, sensation means what? Touch. We feel pain, cold, hot, that sensation of touch. From ear, we hear sounds. Taste. That is the function of nervous system. But it is non-negotiable, right? It is everywhere. Sensory receptors are everywhere inside our body. So I'm sitting here and there is tingling sensation in my right leg. I can feel that. That sensation is there, but I'm not focusing on it. So it's there, but still I'm focusing on my other work, whatever I'm talking here. So it's all over the body. Sensory receptors are there, and they're continuously sending some messages to our nervous system or brain, we can say. Then next is perception. Next function is perception. So it is our ability, whatever we are taking in through that sensation, we are, if we are focusing on it, we are focusing and we are trying to understand what it is, we are remembering it, that is called as perception. So perception depends upon us. So if we are focusing on one thing, so that perception becomes very much easier, and it is we can control that. we have control over that perception. It is not like sensation, non-negotiable. So this is the difference between perception and sensation. Third is feelings, emotions, feelings slash emotions slash thoughts. So according to modern science, now philosophy is on the other side, but according to modern science, feelings, emotions, it is also function of or production of nervous system. So whatever feelings are there, maybe love, hatred, jealousy, compassion, that is because of nervous system and majoritarily neurotransmitters. Yesterday we saw neurons, they release some chemicals. Neurons are the brain cells, basic functional and structural unit of our nervous system. So neurons are generating, releasing some chemicals. Those are called as neurotransmitters. Examples of neurotransmitters are dopamine, serotonin, adrenaline, acetylcholine. So you can now think about it like dopamine. If it is, if neurons are releasing dopamine, we feel that reward sensation, or it is a neurotransmitter which gives us that capacity to achieve goal, to fix any goal in our life. And whenever we just go towards, we walk on the path of that goal achieving path, and while walking that on that path, whatever feeling is there, feeling of energy, feeling of something to achieve, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, that energizing our systems. So everything that is uh, dopamine is creating. Like that, serotonin, neurotransmitter for contentment, santosha. Whatever I have, I am content, I'm feeling, yeah, it's okay for me, I'm very happy in it. So that feeling of contentment. But what happens whenever dopamine is getting secreted or getting produced in one area? So there are different parts where dopamine gets secreted. Like yesterday we saw in adrenaline gland also, in brain also, basal ganglia also. So it depends, its function depends where it is getting produced and where receptor is there, where it is going and acting on target organ, or where if it is acting on heart more, then heart starts beating fast because it is energizing. Then like that functions differs. That's how feelings and emotions, because our nervous system, it communicates in electrical signals, in the form of electrical signals. It doesn't understand our language. Like if hippocampus is the area of memory, then memories are not getting stored in the form of sentences or in the form of whatever we saw. What it is getting stored in neurons. Neurons, those experienced that specific thing or that specific occasion, and then if it is getting repeated after some years, same neurons, they starts activating, and then we remember, अरे ये हो गया था लास्ट, इसमें ये मेमोरी है. तो ये ऐसे ही कम्युनिकेशन होता है नर्वस सिस्टम का, न्यूरॉन्स के थ्रू ही. बिकॉज न्यूरॉन्स आर स्पेशलाइज्ड सेल्स, they are basic structural and functional units of our nervous system, and they are connected with each other, and they are passing these signals in the form of electrical impulse, and communication is happening only through this electrical impulse, including this memory storage, emotions, thoughts. Everything is in the form of electrical impulse, and communication is throughout our life, it is in continuation. Now, last action of nervous system is action and behaviors. So action and behaviors are behaviors. So according to our emotions, our thoughts, we are going to behave. Whatever our thoughts and emotions are arising, according to that, our actions are going to happen. Even motor functions like moving arm, moving leg, locomotion, that is also controlled by nervous system through motor impulses. So that's how very short functions and very important functions of nervous system we need to remember. First is sensation, second is perception, third is emotions, thoughts, and feelings, and fourth is action and behavior. This is clear? Now, basic functional unit of nervous system is neuron. We have more than 100 billions of neurons in our body, and they are in communication with each other. They form chain, and within that chain, this circuit, this impulse is traveling always, electrical impulse. Now, the nervous system is divided into two parts: central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. Peripheral nervous system is again divided into somatic nervous system and autonomic nervous system. Autonomic nervous system is again divided into sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. That is the classification, division of nervous system. It's just it makes our understanding simple too. It's very vast. Actually, topic is very vast, so we will go one by one. Central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, we will see that one by one. Before that, structure of neuron in short. Neuron is also called as nerve cell. It carries electrical impulse. Neurons are the basic functional and structural units of nervous system. Every neuron is made up of a cell body, also called as soma or cyton, and dendrites and axons. These are called as dendrites. These projections at the head part, head के बाजू में जो ये ऐसे projections है, those are called as dendrites. And axon, you can see terminal axons here. So ये head और ये tail ऐसे न्यूरॉन का स्ट्रक्चर होता है, और ये एक दूसरे से कनेक्टेड मतलब अटैच नहीं होते. There is a gap between two neurons. That gap is called as synapses, and these neurotransmitters neurons produce and secrete neurotransmitters in the gap. So through neurotransmitters, they communicate through electric impulse. They pass this electric impulse into that synapse, and then next dendrites, they catch that electric impulse, and that's how this communication happens. Types of neurons. There are three major types: sensory neuron, motor neuron, and interneurons. So for sensory neuron, what is the function of sensory neuron? To carry impulse from outside world towards the brain. और स्किन पे अगर सेंसरी न्यूरॉन है, पेन टच जो सेंसेशन है, हॉट कोल्ड, वो सेंसेशन वाला इंपल्स लेके जाएंगे ब्रेन की तरफ. देन मोटर न्यूरॉन्स, दे कैरी एक्शंस और whatever commands brain is giving to react, to respond. So वो function होता है motor neurons का. And interneurons are connecting. They are connecting link between two neurons. Now, अभी न्यूरॉन्स के बारे में कुछ ये नहीं है प्रॉब्लम. ये ऐसे ही इतना ही आपको पता होना चाहिए, उसका स्ट्रक्चर एंड उसका टाइप्स एंड कम्युनिकेशन. Now we will start with central nervous system. Central nervous system, or CNS, it consists of brain and spinal cord. It is responsible for processing every sensation and thought a human being goes through. So whatever I had mentioned earlier, whatever impulse or whatever sensation neurons are carrying towards the brain, they carry towards central nervous system. There are areas on brain. We are going to discuss about that also. But then taking that data in, understanding, and then deciding what to do. That is the major function of central nervous system. And it consists of brain and spinal cord. Now brain. Human brain is the central organ of the human nervous system. So it consists of cerebrum, brainstem, and cerebellum. Cerebrum, brainstem, and cerebellum. Cerebrum is also called as big brain. Cerebellum is small brain, and brainstem. Continuation of brainstem is spinal cord. It controls most of the activities of the body, processing, integrating, and coordinating the information it receives from the sense organs. Lots of sensory input we are taking in our day-to-day life with eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin, and processing that data, making decisions as to the instructions sent to the rest of the body. The brain is contained in and protected by the skull bones of the head. हमने देखा था क्रेनियम में ये ब्रेन बॉक्स में ब्रेन होता है क्रेनियम में, तो इट इज प्रोटेक्टेड बाय बोन्स ऑफ द skull. There are parts of a cerebrum or big brain, but in this photo it is not clear. I will show you next one. After this there is another one, but first we will understand cerebrum. The cerebrum or telencephalon, embryological name, is a large part of the brain containing the cerebral cortex. Cerebral cortex of the two cerebral hemispheres. If we take sagittal section of brain, there are two parts, right brain, right cerebrum and left cerebrum. It is called as cortex, right and left. And two, it is also called as two hemispheres, as well as several subcortical structures, including the hippocampus, basal ganglia, and olfactory bulb. Very important structures located inside the cerebrum: hippocampus, basal ganglia, and olfactory bulb. In the human brain, the cerebrum is the uppermost region of the central nervous system. Now, areas. Okay, so this is embryological classification. It is not required for you, but I had just mentioned here. So, telencephalon, diencephalon, mesencephalon, or embryological divisions. So, division 1 and 2 collectively called as forebrain. So, telencephalon and diencephalon is also called as forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain, that is brainstem. So, forebrain contains cerebrum, hippocampus, thalamus, hypothalamus, and associated part. So, just try to remember this. The forebrain contains cerebrum, hippocampus, thalamus, hypothalamus, and associated parts. Midbrain consists of basal ganglia, and hindbrain consists of pons, cerebellum, and medulla oblongata. Okay. Lobes of cerebrum. Now we will see one by one structures of central nervous system. First is cerebrum. Lobes are frontal lobe, parietal lobe, temporal lobe, and occipital lobe. Each on like if we are taking section, so it looks like this: frontal lobe, anterior part, parietal, occipital, posterior, and temporal above the ears. So these are 4 parts of cerebrum. Functionally, they contain different areas, and their functions are different. Anatomically, it is divided into 2 parts, and each hemisphere contains outer surface gray matter and internal region white matter. So it is surrounded with outer surface is gray matter. It is called as gray matter, and inner is called as white matter. Their functions. So areas, different areas and their locations. So I'm giving this PPTs to you, so no need to write it down, just try to understand. So sensory areas, location, parietal lobe, sensing touch, pain, temperature. Visual areas, occipital lobe, visual perception. Visual perception we already saw in sense organs. Auditory, temporal lobe, auditory perception. Gustatory, parietal lobe, sensation of taste. Olfactory, temporal lobe, sensation of smell. Then parietal lobe determine the details of the object, shape, texture, memory, comparison with other object. Gray matter and white matter just now we saw. So gray matter is composed of neural cell bodies and forms the outer surface layer of the cerebral hemisphere. So outer layer is gray matter. It is involved in processing and cognition. So gray matter, why it is important? It is involved in processing and cognition. White matter, on the other hand, is made up of myelinated axons and forms the bulk of the deeper structures in the of the cerebrum. Its role is to join various areas of the cerebrum together. Neural wiring firing. So inner area. Gray matter is outer area, white matter is inner area. Gray matter is more related with processing and cognition, and white matter is more related with, it is deeper structure and it tries to connect inner parts. The role is to join various areas of the cerebrum together. Strictly speaking, only the outer gray matter layer can be called the cerebral cortex. I'm just mentioning important parts. Lots of information is there. You can read afterwards, maybe after your exams also. Okay. Now, hippocampus. Just now we saw cerebrum. So points to remember.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
the white matter is CSF.
So CSF is cerebrospinal fluid. It is there covered in between the matter, gray matter, white matter. It protects brain, it lubricates brain, it nourishes brain, and then it continues, it goes
That
in.
lumbar punching is done now for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So first structure we saw cerebrum. Cerebrum is also called as big brain. Parts of cerebrum: frontal, parietal, occipital, and temporal lobe. We saw covering of cerebral cortex: gray matter, white matter. Then temporal lobe. Their areas also we saw. Occipital lobe is visual perception. Then temporal auditory perception, like that. Just try to remember basic points. That is only important. Then hippocampus. Hippocampus is a brain structure embedded deep in the temporal lobe of each cerebral cortex. So दो होते हैं ना, अगर कट किया तो दो साइड के दो, तो वो hippocampus is situated deep inside the temporal lobe of each cerebral cortex. It is an important part of the limbic system. So limbic system is the system which is responsible for emotional responses mostly. So वो hippocampus limbic system का ही part है. A cortical region that regulates motivation, emotion, learning and memory. So as I had mentioned earlier, memory hai ya learning hai, emotion, everything is stored here, but in the form of in the neurons, specific neurons, and they are collecting and they are just gathering this information there. And it is not in the form of sentences or visual pictures or nothing. It's like that only. Electrical impulse. The role of hippocampus. The role of hippocampus in behavioral inhibition is also well established in the literature. The link between hippocampus and inhibition has been derived mainly from two basic observations. First observation is that damage to hippocampus makes animals hyperactive. Understood? So damage हो गया अगर, तो it makes animals hyperactive. And second observation is that damage to hippocampus reduces the learning ability of animals to inhibit responses that they have learned previously. So it is related with memory also, learning also. Then hippocampus acts as an evaluation center associated with behavioral inhibition, obsessional thinking, scanning, and वो स्पेस ऑक्यूपाइंग वाला जो 3 डायमेंशन में वो खड़े रहने के बाद जो होता है ना, वो एक सेंस, वो वाला मैप फॉर्मेशन. However, the hippocampus does not actively participate in controlling behavior once an experience is characterized. Then external stress induced increased cortisol levels eventually reduces the firing rate of the hippocampus. So it is related with stress, but major functions of hippocampus, now I hope you understood. Main functions of hippocampus. Then new hippocampal function is that it has been found that low frequency firing activity in the hippocampus can influence the functional integration between speciality, जो बताया था ना मैंने थ्री, उसमें स्पेस ऑक्यूपाइंग सेपरेटेड रीजन्स इन द सेरेब्रल कॉर्टेक्स leading to increased sensory responses such as vision, hearing, and touch. So nowadays, lots of modern techniques are there to activate or neural firing of specific areas. Nerve induction studies के साथ वो किया जाता है. तो that is now under research और वो हो रहा है अभी. तो that's why hippocampus is major area, important area. उसके बाद आता है thalamus. Thalamus हमने we had yesterday we saw hypothalamus. So before hypothalamus, thalamus is there, and thalamus is located in third ventricle here. If we separate two parts of cerebrum, two hemispheres, so जो अंदर वाला पार्ट है ना, उसमें से ये गैप या वैक्यूम दिखेगा आपको. वहां पे जो ये वेंट्रिकल है, एम्प्टी स्पेस, उसमें थैलेमस है, अब जस्ट अबव पॉन्स. एवरी मेजर सिटी हैज अ सेंट्रल हब. तो थैलेमस का क्या काम है? which its citizens can access public transportation to get their desired destination. In the case of the human body, the nervous system can be divided into two major roadways that carry individual impulses to and from the big city to the brain. The thalamus is ideally situated at the core of the diencephalon, deep to the cerebral cortices, and conveniently acts as the central hub. जो भी सेंसेशन या इम्पल्सेस आते हैं थैलेमस में आते हैं, फिर वो रिले करता है इधर उधर भेजना. तो सेंट्रल पार्ट है वो. किसी भी सिटी का जो सेंट्रल हब होता है, वैसे सारे इंफॉर्मेशन, सेंसेशन, व्हाटएवर वी आर गैदरिंग, इट्स कमिंग देयर फर्स्ट, and it is central hub of our central nervous system. The thalamus relays and integrates a myriad of motor and matlab sensations of motor and sensory impulses between the higher centers of the brain and the peripheries. तो नीचे क्या भेजना है पेरिफेरल नर्वस सिस्टम की तरफ, ऊपर क्या भेजना है, उसका सारा जो ब्रांचिंग या जो भी करना है वो सब इंटीग्रेशन थैलेमस में होता है. Then hypothalamus, just below the thalamus and near pituitary gland, major structure, important structure of autonomic nervous system also and endocrine system also, that is called as hypothalamus, is located. Hypothalamus is a small region of the brain. It is located at the base of the brain near pituitary gland. While it's very small, the hypothalamus plays a crucial role in many important functions, including releasing hormones, regulating body temperature, maintaining daily physiological cycles, controlling appetite, managing of sexual behavior, regulating emotional responses. So emotional responses, controlling appetite, controlling temperature, releasing hormones, lots of things are there that hypothalamus is controlling in our brain. And it is the major part of autonomic nervous system also. It is located in central nervous system, but functionally autonomic nervous system के सारे functions करता रहता है hypothalamus. Hormones हम नहीं देखेंगे, कल हमने ये देखे थे. ये सब hormones है hypothalamus के. उसके बाद जो आता है basal ganglia. Basal ganglia group of nuclei, clusters of neurons होते हैं in the brain that are located deep beneath the cerebral cortex, the highly convoluted outer layer of the brain. The basal ganglia specialize in processing information on movement and in fine-tuning the activity of brain circuits that determine the best possible response in a given situation. So example दिया, using the hands to catch a ball or using the feet to run. That is the best example. So thus they play an important role in planning actions that are required to achieve a particular goal. Planning, जो भी actions है वो करवाना, in executing well practiced habitual actions and in learning new actions in novel situations. That's why basal ganglia is very important. And as I had mentioned in last session, dopamine secretion, and it is related with Parkinson's disease also. So fine tuning activity, just we saw, to catch a ball or using, so that motor functions also they get affected when in Parkinson's disease. Because of this, neurons of basal ganglia, they become inactive. Next structure of central nervous system, cerebrum. So till now we saw cerebellum, we saw parts of cerebellum, big brain, then thalamus, hypothalamus, basal ganglia. Now this is cerebellum or small brain. Cerebellum can be separated into 3 lobes. No need to memorize names of the lobes. So what are the functions? Functions of cerebellum, balance. That is the main function. So it is part of lower, means hind brain. In humans, it lies between the brainstem and the cerebrum. It plays an important role in sensory perception, motor output, balance, and posture. So that only you can keep in mind, that posture and balance, that is the function of majority और maximum number of neurons जो है वो cerebellum में रहते हैं हमारे. तो वो एरिया ऐसा है, दिखता छोटा है, लेकिन इट इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर मोटर आउटपुट ऑल्सो. जो भी एक्शंस हम कर रहे हैं उसके लिए भी रिस्पॉन्सिबल है. सेंसरी परसेप्शन में उसका इम्पोर्टेंट रोल है, एंड बैलेंस एंड पोस्चर. और गैबा, जो गैबा न्यूरोट्रांसमीटर है, वो चीफ इनहिबिटरी न्यूरोट्रांसमीटर है हमारे अंदर. उसको जो है सेरेब्रल कॉर्टेक्स, मतलब यहाँ पर्किंजेस फाइबर्स, नियोकॉर्टेक्स, ये सब, डोंट वरी, नो नीड टू मेमोराइज और अंडरस्टैंड ऑल दीज नेम्स. आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग यू कि ये आफ्टरवर्ड्स आपको बार बार अगर आप इसके बारे में पढ़ोगे तो ये नाम सामने आएंगे इन रिलेशन विथ योगिक प्रैक्टिसेस. तो जस्ट ये पीपीटीज आपके पास रखो, बाद में पढ़ो. नाउ pons. Pons is the लास्ट पार्ट, हाइंड ब्रेन में, ब्रेन स्टेम में आता है. पॉन्स एंड मेडुला ऑब्लांगाटा. तो पॉन्स जहां आप देखोगे हाइपोथैलेमस पिट्यूटरी के बाद, जो सेरेबेलम के सामने एंटेरियरली ये स्ट्रक्चर है पॉन्स. पॉन्स इज द portion of the brain stem lying above the medulla oblongata and below the cerebellum and the cavity of the fourth ventricle. The pons is a broad horseshoe-shaped mass of transverse nerve fibers that connect the medulla with the cerebellum. उसके नीचे क्या है? Below medulla oblongata, above cerebellum. So it is connecting part of cerebellum and medulla. It is also the point of origin or termination for 4 of the cranial nerves. Nerves जो है हमारे उसमें spinal nerves and cranial nerves. There are 12 spinal nerves and cranial nerves are part of peripheral nervous system. 12 pairs of cranial nerves, they arise from this part of pons. From 12, 4 are arising from here, originating from pons. तो वो sensory and कोई नर्व सेंसरी एक्शन है, कोई मोटर है, कोई मिक्स है. तो ये 12 क्रैनियल नर्व्स हम देखने वाले हैं बाद में, बट 4 जो है नर्व्स उसके ओरिजिन पॉन्स में होते हैं. देन cranial nerves that transfer sensory information and motor impulse to and from the facial region of the brain. The pons also serve as a pathway for nerve fibers connecting the cerebral cortex with the cerebellum. So cerebral cortex with cerebellum, उसका connection भी pons के through होता है. The pons, while involved in the regulation of functions carried out by the cranial nerves it houses, work together with the medulla oblongata to serve an especially critical role in generating the respiratory rhythm of breathing. So respiratory center जो है major pons में है. Respiration is voluntary as well as involuntary action. Voluntary जो होते हैं वो motor area से, प्री फ्रंटल एंड फ्रंटल लोब में जो मोटर एरिया है वहां पे उससे रिलेटेड होता है, मोटर एक्शन ऑफ रेस्पिरेशन। बट जो इनवॉलेंटरी है वो पार्ट कहाँ होता है, पॉन्स में होता है। जैसे कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड बढ़ना शुरू हो गया तो रिस्पॉन्स कहाँ पे जाएगा, पहले पॉन्स पे, एंड देन इट रिफ्लेक्स एक्शन, और उसके थ्रू वो क्या होगा, हमारा ब्रीदिंग फास्ट होगा। एक्टिव फंक्शनिंग ऑफ द पॉन्स में ऑल्सो बी फंडामेंटल टू रैपिड आई मूवमेंट, रैपिड आई मूवमेंट इन स्लीप। तो ये भी फंक्शनिंग ऑफ पॉन्स, एक्टिव फंक्शनिंग ऑफ पॉन्स डिनोट करता है ना। और ब्रीदिंग सेंटर तो है ही, वो आपको ध्यान में रखना है। मैं मोस्टली यही पूछते हैं, रेस्पिरेशन सेंटर कहाँ पे है, तो दैट इज द एरिया। देन मेड्यूला, मेड्यूला इज द फनेल शेप continuation of pons, you can see here, and after medulla spinal cord only starts। तो ये लास्ट पार्ट हो गया ब्रेन का। Medulla oblongata, also called medulla, is the lowest part of the brain and the lowest portion of the brainstem. The medulla oblongata is connected by the pons to the midbrain and is continuous posteriorly with the spinal cord, with which it merges at the opening foramen magnum. जहां से spinal cord vertebral column में जाता है, that opening is called as foramen magnum at the base of the skull. Skull में वो होता है foramen magnum. The medulla oblongata plays a critical role in transmitting signals between the spinal cord and the higher parts of the brain. Because क्या होता है, now peripheral nervous system start हो गया। स्पाइनल कॉर्ड से जो स्पाइनल नर्व्स आते हैं वो सारे हमारे अपर लिम्ब, लोअर लिम्ब को दे आर सप्लाइंग देयर, so they are gathering information from rest of the body parts. So this medulla oblongata is the center from where sensory impulses they are passing towards the brain, and from brain motor impulses are raised. So that is the connecting part for transmitting the signals. And it controlling autonomic activities such as heartbeat and respiration. Again, it also controls heartbeat and respiration. Heartbeat also involuntary. Now spinal cord. Spinal cord is continuation of medulla oblongata. फोरामेन मैग्नम से वो वर्टिब्रल कॉलम के वो पाइप में अंदर जाती है। Spinal cord is a part of the central nervous system. It is situated inside the vertebral canal of the vertebral column. During development, there is a disproportion between spinal cord growth and vertebral column growth. The spinal cord finishes growing at the age of 4, while the vertebral column finish growing at age of 14 to 18. This is the reason why in adults the spinal cord occupies only the upper 2/3 of the vertebral canal. It ends at the level of L2, L1, L2 के लेवल पे वो end हो जाती है। अच्छा, and where it terminates, a thin thread called phylum terminale. Horse के टेल का जो लास्ट एंड होता है ना, वैसे बाल होते हैं उसके, वैसे वो दिखता है, इसलिए उसको फाइलम टर्मिनली कहा जाता है। एंड like vertebral column, the spinal cord is divided into segments: cervical, thoracic, lumbar, sacral, and coccygeal. When we saw skeletal system, we already know parts of vertebral column, C7, T12, है ना? So like that, spinal cord is also divided into segments. Each vertebral body में जो gap होता है वहां से एक एक nerve बाहर निकलता है, pair of nerves. There are 33 pairs of 31 pairs of nerves spinal cord से आने वाले. Total 33 vertebrae, 31 spinal nerves होते हैं. Each segment of the spinal cord provides several pairs of spinal nerves which exit from vertebral canal through the intervertebral foramina. There are 8 pairs of cervical, 12 thoracic, 5 lumbar, 5 sacral, and 1 coccygeal pair of spinal nerve. So total 31 pairs are there. The spinal cord is made up of gray and white matter, just like the other parts of the central nervous system. So spinal cord also have gray and white matter. It shows 4 surfaces: anterior, posterior, and 2 lateral. They feature fissures anterior and okay, so it's anatomy, it's detailed. So Let it be. We will just see diagram so it will be clear. If we are taking section of spinal cord, it looks like this. So here gray matter is inside, white matter is outside. यहाँ पे उल्टा हो गया. ग्रे मैटर अंदर है, व्हाइट मैटर बाहर है, और ये स्पाइनल नर्व्स का ऐसे ओरिजिन होता है. सो ये एंटेरियर पार्ट है, ये ग्रे मैटर है, और बाकी के नाम, ये पोस्टेरियर पार्ट है, बाकी नाम आपको याद रखने की जरूरत नहीं है. तो ऐसे दोनों एंटेरियर एंड पोस्टेरियर से नर्व रूट आ गया, वो यहाँ पे ज्वाइन हो गया और उससे स्पाइनल नर्व बन गई. ऐसे ही पेयर्स ऑफ 31 पेयर्स ऑफ स्पाइनल नर्व ईच वर्टेब्रल जो गैप होता है वहां से बाहर आते हैं. एंड इट लुक्स लाइक दिस आने के बाद. And then it continuation is called as spinal nerves. उसके बाद they rebranch, then they tangle and they form plexuses. So cervical plexus, brachial plexus, lumbar plexus, that's how they form plexuses. They rebranch, they tangle with each other, and those points are called as plexuses. So 31 pairs of spinal nerves and 12 cranial nerves: olfactory, optic, oculomotor, trochlear, trigeminal, abducens, facial, vestibulocochlear, glossopharyngeal, vagus, spinal, accessory, and hypoglossal. So from these, vagus nerve is important. We are going to study in detail about vagus nerve. Other nerves are also important. Their functions are there. Olfactory sensory type of nerve. It is responsible for perception of smell. Optic, vision, oculomotor, most eye movements. Trochlear moves eyes to look at nose. Trigeminal, face sensation, mastication means chewing. Abducens abducts the eyes, movement of eyes. Facial expressions test. Vestibulocochlear, hearing and balance. Glossopharyngeal test, gag reflex. वेगस के काम बहुत है, but in short ये parasympathetic in action है. It is longest nerve in our body. It starts from brain and it runs towards the colon also. कोलॉन में भी इसके ब्रांचेस है, तो वहां पे भी हमारे नर्वस सिस्टम का जो पार्ट है एंटेरिक नर्वस सिस्टम कहा जाता है. सो इट इज कनेक्टेड विथ दैट पार्ट आल्सो. सो इट रेगुलेट्स डाइजेशन, then respiration, it influences our absorption, metabolism, everything. That's why vagus nerve is important. Then accessory, shoulder shrug, hypoglossal, swallowing, speech. Now we will start peripheral nervous system. Peripheral nervous system is divided into somatic and autonomic nervous system. Somatic nervous system is concerned with somatic function. Soma means body. Somatic functions associated with the voluntary controls of body movements with the help of skeletal muscles. So mostly जो spinal nerve के branches skeletal muscles को supply करते हैं और उनके movement वो somatic nervous system में आता है part, जो stimuli from periphery to central nervous system and from central nervous system to skeletal muscles. ऐसे वो transmission होता रहता है and movement होती रहती है. muscle contraction भी बहुत हमने शायद देखा था थोड़ा short में, वो सब आता है somatic nervous. Then autonomic is again divided into parasympathetic, rest and digest, sympathetic, flight and fight, and enteric. I had mentioned like mesenteric and submucosal plexuses. Enteric nervous system means nerve fibers which are present in colon, small intestine, and they interfere. They are in communication with our nervous system. So that is enteric nervous system. Leaky gut syndrome, and nowadays where new terms are coming up. So it is related with that connection of gut with brain. Autonomic nervous system. So anatomy of somatic and autonomic nervous system. Autonomic nervous system is particularly powerful part to play in our emotional life. The autonomic nervous system is composed of two parts, sympathetic and parasympathetic. The activation of sympathetic nervous system has following effects. It dilates the pupils, fight and flight response. So it dilates the pupils, opens the eyelids, stimulates the sweat glands, dilates the blood vessels in large muscles, constricts the blood vessels in the rest of the body, increases the heart rate. So whatever energizing, it is energizing system of our body. ये क्या करती है, एक्टिवेशन देना सिस्टम्स को, जहां पे भी एनर्जी, जहां पे भी स्पीड जरूरी है, वहां पे सिंपैथेटिक नर्वस सिस्टम का एक्टिवेशन होना जरूरी होता है. One of its most important effect is causing the adrenal glands to release epinephrine, that is adrenaline, into the blood. So it is related with stress again. Epinephrine is a powerful hormone that causes various parts of the body to respond in much the same way as sympathetic nervous system. Being in the bloodstream, it takes a bit longer to stop its effects. This is why when you get upset, it sometimes takes a while before you can calm yourself down again. So hyper adrenaline ka hyper secretion hona, it is related with sympathetic activation, stress stimuli. So adrenaline is also called as, that's why, neurotransmitter. It works in both the ways. The sympathetic nervous system also takes in information, mostly concerning pain from internal organs, because the nerves that carry information about organ pain often travel along the same paths that carry information about the pain from most. बॉडी का एक सरफेस एरिया है, एक इंटरनल ऑर्गन होते हैं, दोनों के जो पाथवेज है वो सेम है according to this information. So what happens, sometimes this information gets confused. This is called as referred pain, and the best known example is the pain some people feel in the left shoulder and arm when they are having heart attack. तो ये होता है ना, कॉमन होता है पेन, रेफरिंग पेन होता है, हाथ हेवी हो गया, हैंड पेन हो रहा है. So that is because of heart attack, but confusion is there to the nerve pathways or signals. The other part of the autonomic nervous system is called as parasympathetic nervous system. Rest and digest, very important function. It has its roots in brainstem and in spinal cord of the lower back. Brainstem and spinal cord में roots होते हैं इनके. Its function is to bring the body back from the emergency status that the sympathetic nervous system puts it into. So, in relation with yogic practices, most of the yogic practices are designed to activate parasympathetic nervous system. Some of the details are pupil constriction, activation of the salivary glands, stimulating the secretions of the stomach, stimulating the activity of the intestines, stimulating secretions in the lungs, constricting the bronchial tubes, decreasing heart rate. The parasympathetic nervous system also has some sensory abilities to receive information about blood pressure, levels of carbon dioxide in the blood, and so on. तो ये केमिकल रिसेप्टर्स होते हैं, वो जो ब्रेन की तरफ सेंसेशन लेके जाते हैं, उससे ये रिलेटेड है, इंफॉर्मेशन लेके जाना, ब्लड चेंजेस, पीएच चेंजेस ब्लड में. And last is enteric nervous system. This is a complex of nerves that regulates the activity of the stomach. When you get sick, you to your stomach or feel butterflies when you get nervous, you can blame the enteric nervous system. So that shows के it is connected. Even motions sickness या जो भी fear है, एग्जाम के वक्त fear के वजह से या stress के वजह से lose motion शुरू हो जाना, that is in relation with nervous system.
Chat now, Calman.
control of autonomic nervous system. For most of us, the autonomic nervous system is generally out of our conscious control. So it is involuntary. However, the cortex of your brain, normally associated with conscious thought, can change your autonomic nervous system to some degree. In the cerebrum, there is one part, insula and anterior cingulate. डीपर स्ट्रक्चर्स हमने वो उसको डिस्कस नहीं किया है, बट इम्पोर्टेंट स्ट्रक्चर्स है. एंड सब्सटेंशिया इनोमिनाटा, एमिगडाला भी इट इज रिलेटेड विथ एंगर कंट्रोल और इससे रिलेटेड है. तो ये जो है पार्ट सारे, इट कम्युनिकेट विथ हाइपोथैलेमस टू इम्पैक्ट योर ऑटोनॉमिक नर्वस सिस्टम. So ये सारे पार्ट्स कहाँ पे है? सेरेब्रल कॉर्टेक्स में. And they can communicate with hypothalamus. They can do some जो है फेर फार वहां कर सकते हैं. मोस्टली व्हाट वी थिंक के नहीं, ऑटोनॉमिक नर्वस सिस्टम इट्स नॉट अंडर आवर कंट्रोल, हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते. बट हियर आर द चांसेस. तो ये इंसुला है या अमिगडाला है, ये जो पार्ट्स है, दे कैन कम्युनिकेट, दे कैन create neural pathways, they can start communication with hypothalamus and they can take control. Not मतलब ऐसे 100% कंट्रोल नहीं, बट थोड़ा सा कंट्रोल ऑटोनॉमिक नर्वस सिस्टम का थ्रू दिस कम्युनिकेशन दे कैन स्टार्ट टेकिंग. इन द ब्रेनस्टेम, द न्यूक्लियस ट्रैक्टस जो सेंटर है ऑटोनॉमिक नर्वस सिस्टम का, तो वो क्रैनियल नर्व से अपने इनपुट देता रहता है. तो वो एक मेजर कम्युनिकेशन होता है हाइपोथैलेमस के साथ, कॉर्टेक्स के साथ. तो इन सिंपल लैंग्वेज वी कैन create neural pathways from cerebral cortex motor area to hypothalamus and to these structures which are autonomic in function. The cortex is linked to the autonomic nervous system. You may be able to control your autonomic nervous system through conscious efforts, especially with some practices. Highly trained people such as advanced yoga practitioners may be able to intentionally slow their heart rate or even control their body temperature through meditative practices. So that is the main pathway. वहाँ पे हम कुछ फेरफार कर सकते हैं. For most of us, though focusing on these things that are relaxing rather than stressful, or just taking a large breath when you notice your sympathetic nervous system is causing a fast pulse or anxious feeling, can bring your parasympathetic nervous system back into a degree of control. So ये shift होता है sympathetic to parasympathetic. शिफ्ट कर, दो it is under control of autonomic nervous system, parts of autonomic nervous system, but we can control when sympathetic is hyper functioning just by exhaling prolonged. So that's why ratio of inhale to exhale is 1:2. If your prolonged exhalation is happening, that makes sudden shift from sympathetic to parasympathetic. So प्राणायाम, मोस्टली जो प्रैक्टिसेस है प्राणायाम की, वो भी बिकॉज रेस्पिरेशन इज वॉलंटरी, ब्रीदिंग इज वॉलंटरी एज वेल एज इनवॉलंटरी, एंड प्राणायामिक प्रैक्टिसेस वी आर विथ अवेयरनेस, वी आर डूइंग दैट, वी आर टेकिंग कंट्रोल इन आवर हैंड्स, वी आर डूइंग विथ अवेयरनेस, विथ फोकस. सो ये शिफ्ट हम कर सकते हैं एंड वी कैन टेक कंट्रोल ओवर दैट. दैट्स व्हाई योगिक प्रैक्टिसेस मोस्टली they trigger parasympathetic activities more. अब लास्ट जो पार्ट है, तो वेन नर्व्स है उनके बारे में हमें थोड़ा सा डिस्कस करना है. वेगस नर्व एंड साइटिक नर्व. सो वेगस नर्व जो है, इट इज पैरासिम्पैथेटिक इन एक्शन. 10th cranial nerve and longest and most complex of the cranial nerves. Vagus nerve runs from the brain through the face and thorax to the abdomen. ये मैंने शेयर नहीं किया, बाद में मैं शेयर करूंगी. It is a mixed nerve that contains parasympathetic fibers. ये तो समझ में आ गया वेगस नर्व का एनाटॉमी शॉर्ट में. अब वेगस नर्व स्टिमुलेशन जो है, अभी it is very much in fashion. And actually what happens when I tried to study more details about this vagus nerve stimulation, all yogic practices they are including in it, like the our ratio 1:2 breathing, kumbhak practices, then our shuddhi kriyas. In shuddhi kriyas, including danta dhauti, karna randhra yugma dhauti, all these practices are their major focuses on activation of vagus nerve. बस फर्क इतना है कि योगिक ग्रंथों में ऐसे लिखा नहीं है कि दंत धौती या जो है उसके वजह से वेगस नर्व स्टिमुलेट होगी. तो ये सब क्या इफेक्ट करवाती है, वेगस नर्व या पैरासिम्पैथेटिक एक्टिविटी को बढ़ाती है. कम्युनिकेशन बिटवीन द ब्रेन एंड द गट. वेगस नर्व डिलीवर्स इंफॉर्मेशन फ्रॉम गट टू ब्रेन. Relaxation with deep breathing. Vagus nerve communicates with the diaphragm. With deep breathing, person feels more relaxed. तो ये सब वेगस नर्व के फंक्शंस है. इन्फ्लेमेशंस में वेगस नर्व सेंड्स एन एंटी इन्फ्लेमेटरी सिग्नल्स टू अदर पार्ट्स ऑफ द बॉडी, लोअरिंग द हार्ट रेट एंड ब्लड प्रेशर. वी ऑलरेडी सॉ कि हार्ट रेट जो है वो वेगस नर्व हार्ट को भी सप्लाई करती है एंड इट इज पैरासिम्पैथेटिक इन एक्शन. तो बढ़ा हुआ हार्ट रेट कम करने की वेगस नर्व की जो है वो एक एबिलिटी है. Fear management. The vagus nerve sends information from gut to brain, which is linked to dealing with stress, anxiety, and fear. Hence, the saying gut feeling, जो होता है ना, these signals help a person to recover from stressful and scary situations. Vagus nerve triggers yoga practices, calmness and concentration, dharana dhyan, chanting mantra, slow and deep breathing, holding the breath, प्राणायाम, कुंभक. ये सब सारे प्रैक्टिसेस मैंने यहाँ पे सिर्फ मेंशन किए हैं. उससे वेगस नर्व ट्रिगर एंड एक्टिवेट होती है. देन sciatic nerve. Sciatic nerve extends from the lower back to the foot and is a mixed nerve, which ये spinal nerve है, which means it has both motor and sensory fibers. These fibers provide sensation and function to the in the lower limbs. The sciatic nerve जो है combination of 5 nerve roots exit from L4, L5, S1, S2 and S3. ये हाँ यहाँ पे आप देखोगे यहाँ से ये नर्व रूट्स आते हैं मिक्स और उससे sciatic nerve बनती है. The sciatic nerve is the longest nerve in the body. In the pelvis, the sciatic nerve and a few other surrounding nerves and blood vessels exit through an opening called the greater sciatic foramen. Notch होता है उसमें से ये सब बाहर आते हैं. Then the nerve then rests on the back portion of the ischium and curved bone at the base of the pelvis. Curve करके पीछे के बाजू में आ जाती है posteriorly. Then it runs down below and along the side of the large gluteus maximus muscle in the buttock, and then it runs down behind deep in the hip joint. तो ऐसे वो धीरे धीरे नीचे रन करती है. Nerve fibers towards the gravity उसके रन होते हैं. The sciatic nerve then progresses downwards between the interconnected muscles of the thigh. इसके ब्रांचेस भी है, लेकिन हम साइटिका के बारे में थोड़ा सा देखेंगे. जैसे ये यहाँ से बाहर आती है तो जो गैप होता है दो वर्टिब्रा के बीच में, वो अगर कम हो गया तो कंप्रेशन की वजह से साइटिक नर्व में इम्पल्सेस जाना आना मुश्किल हो जाता है. तो फिर हमें साइटिका के जो है सिम्टम्स देखना शुरू हो जाते हैं. एनी टाइप ऑफ पेन एंड neurological symptom that originates from the sciatic nerve is referred as sciatica. The symptom of sciatica are typically felt along the path of the nerve, जैसे back to toe तक जाता है. The sciatic nerve may be irritated, compressed or inflamed by a number of problems in the lower back, causing sciatica. Sciatica is a type of lumbar radiculopathy, which means that the pain originates from the lumbar and sacral nerve roots. तो कंप्रेशन की वजह से ये होता है. बस इतना ही आपको ध्यान में रखना है। हर्निएटेड डिस्क और वो सब उसके पैथोलॉजिकल प्रॉब्लम्स है, लेकिन कंप्रेशन के वजह से ये
Plus
होता
nine,
है।
1,9,766,039,067 measured patient.
आपको ये दिख रहा है क्या मेरा स्क्रीन?
No, you'll have to reshare it, doctor. You'll have to unshare this PPT and do the resharing. ये Zoom का थोड़ा सा एक you can
अरे
say feature.
आप बताया ही नहीं आपने।
No,
दिख रहा है?
we thought
The
I
Vegas part said that you'll include it later. So
we thought
आपने
that you did not, you wanted us not to focus there.